Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the introduction to a new project pan. I know I'm so behind on all of my updates and all my videos in general, so why am I starting a new project pan? Well, I just couldn't pass this one up. It was so interesting to me, and it also does not have an end date, so if I take forever to finish these products, then it doesn't matter. Actually, it's rolling, so it's just going to go on forever until I don't want to do this project anymore. This is the Panner's Pan. This was created by Liz, or at Kookypants on Instagram. I love her account. Me and her chat quite frequently, and I am just so pleased that she invited me to do this project with her. In this project, we are focusing on 10 products that we have related to 10 of our favorite project panners. I had such a hard time coming up with 10, so my list is more like 30 plus, and it is a rolling project. So every time I finish or meet my goal on one product, I will be introducing a new product and a new project panner to gush over, which I'm really excited to do because I really struggle with choosing favorites. So please do not be offended if you're not in this first 10. I will get you in the roll-ins, I promise. So Liz, I'm just going to start with her, obviously, since she created this project. I love her Instagram, and she always comes up with the best project pans. I see her and especially Paula doing them a lot together, and they're so interesting. She's come up with so many fun projects such as Past, Present, Future, Dude, You Panned My Battleship, the 2020 Vision project pan, this project, Prep That Product, like so many of my favorite projects that I love watching and seeing on Instagram. So to choose a product for you, Liz, I couldn't decide if I wanted to do a face palette because Liz is doing amazing at panning her face palettes on Instagram. However, I ended up choosing the Body Shop Body Butter. This is my oldest body butter, and Liz recently finished her very last Body Shop Body Butter. And like her, I don't really feel like I need a body butter in my collection. I have many, so this is going to be the beginning of trying to use them up. And she also uses a lot of the Body Shop products, so I thought this was a perfect fit. My goal will be to finish this off, and this is where I'm starting. The sides are still very high, if you can see how high that is. But I do have a pan in the center. It still smells great. This is the Wild Argan Oil Body Butter. Like I said, my goal will be to finish this, and as we're coming into the cooler months, I hope to get a lot of use out of this. Next, I have one of my best friends from here on YouTube, Steph from It's Just Steph. I think I talk about her in every single one of my videos because I just love her to death. I watch all of her videos. She is an amazing project panner, and I was tempted to put in the Wander Beauty Nude Illusion Foundation because she is hate panning that hardcore, and I actually bought it because of her, because of the way she, like, her reasons for not liking it. I thought I would like it because her and I have different preferences as well as skin types, but I also am not the biggest fan of that foundation. But I've only used it like 4 times ever, so it would have taken me a million years. Steph is also really great at panning primers. One of her favorites that I also really love are the Tarte Color Splash lipsticks. But in the end, I chose a lip balm because Steph is the queen of lip balms. And this is the Milk Koosh lip balm, which I actually bought on her recommendation a while ago. And I have the shade Canatonic. I also have the green one, but that one is so close to being done. I thought that would be like a little too easy. So This one's actually older anyways, so I want to finish this tinted lip balm off. I really do enjoy these lip balms. I don't know if I would repurchase, maybe if they were on sale for a good price, but I do really enjoy it, and my goal will be to finish this off for Steph. Next I have Yonah, or Chic Geek. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So sorry if I'm not. And I had a really hard time choosing a product. However, one of the main reasons I decided to purchase this palette is through Chic Geek, and it's also her #1 eyeshadow palette in her collection according to her most recent ranking her eyeshadow palettes video. And she's also had it in a few project pans, I believe, at least in Pan and Everything Pie, but she recently rolled it out. And I'm talking about my ColourPop So Jaded palette. I'm trying to be better about using some newer products in project pans as well, and not just all of my oldest products. And I love this palette. I'm so happy to have it in my collection. However, I've only used it a handful of times, and it deserves more love. And doesn't this palette just scream like fall to you? Like, look at these oranges and greens and these purpley mauvey tones up here. I have a hair in my face. So I chose this palette to represent Chic Geek in this project pan, and my goal will be to use this 30 times. It is going to take me quite a while to get there because I'm panning so much, but I didn't want to focus on one shade, because whenever I do that, that's really the only shade I'm reaching for in a palette, and I want to get use out of the palette as a whole. So my goal will be 30 uses on this guy. Paula, a beauty guru, made me do it. Everybody loves Paula. Of course I had to include her in my project. When I think of Paula, in terms of panning, I think of purple eyeshadow. I think of, she is always saying never used even once to a bunch of the products in her collection, which I totally get that, because you know I have the drawer of shame in my makeup collection. I was also thinking of her Custom Z palette that she used as Pan That palette last year, but in the end I decided to go with the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Koosh. She's trying to pan this in her Graveyard Project pan, and it's also a icy purpley kind of shade, and also she was hitting pan on her Super Shock Shadows in something Goal, a Fantastic Ladies project. I can't remember what that project was called. I'm so sorry, but my goal will be to hit pan on this, but to use the whole surface, and it is a really icy purpley shade. I'm really excited about this. Next up I have Jessica Lee. In my mind, she is like one of the queens of the panning community. She co-created the Fantastic Ladies over on Facebook. She is such an amazing project panner, like so strategic and effective, and I missed her so much while she was on her hiatus from YouTube for a little while during this quarantine. When it comes to Jessica's panning, I think of Franken products, and I've never Frankened a product in my life, and I don't have any alcohol, so I couldn't really do that. And the other things I was thinking of are these mini Buxom products. She seems to have so many of them, and she's so effective at getting through them. She usually gets them for Christmas sets, I believe. And I actually have 2 Buxom White Russians. One's a full size and one's a mini, so that is what I'm putting in for Jessica Lee, is the Buxom Gloss in White Russian, and my goal will be to finish this. I do need to have it sitting up to let it settle to make a mark, but I think I'm around like halfway through the letter B, but I will mark this before the next update. Next I had to include Alexi. Alexi started the Pan Those Eyeshadows series that has blown up over the last few years, and I myself am doing that project, though I haven't updated it in months. And I love that project so much. However, I really cannot focus on hitting pan in another random eyeshadow. She also is the co-creator of the Roulette Pan collab along with Rebecca Morgan, who's also on my list. I'll be talking about her next. But I really struggled to pick a product to go with Alexi. I know she is currently panning or has already finished, I can't remember, the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, which I could put in. She also finished off the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation, which I have and could put in. However, another project that really reminds me of Alexi, I'm sorry, I keep getting hair in my eyelashes. I just opened a new mascara and I feel like it's a little sticky and not working the greatest for me. Anyways, another project that reminds me of Alexi, though I believe it was a Fantastic Ladies collab, but Alexi did it on her channel, is the Throwing Shade project. And that is where you randomly pull out 3 palettes and create a look out of each palette, 1 per week, and then a look involving all 3 of them for the 4th week before drawing 3 more palettes. Again, because I'm working on so much, I decided I want to randomize 1 eyeshadow palette and create 3 looks to share with you in each update, and then roll in a new palette. I know that's really like convoluted, but I wanted to do Alexi justice because she creates the most amazing eyeshadow looks, and so I didn't want to choose something boring like a foundation or a concealer to represent Alexi, and I really just can't pan another eyeshadow right now. So I hope that this will suffice Alexi. Now let's randomize a palette. I currently have 48 eyeshadow palettes in my collection, and I'll be working on palette number 33, which is my Urban Decay Born to Run palette. How fitting is this? So this is actually in my Pan Those Eyeshadows series. I'm trying to hit pan on Guilt Trip, the purple shade, and this is such a great palette for this time of year. I could not be more pleased with this. So my goal will be to use this 3 times before the next update, but create 3 very different looks. Obviously it will depend on which palette is pulled in. If I pull in like a quad or something, it's going to be a little hard, but a palette like this with so much variety, that is what I'm going to challenge myself to do, is to create 3 like very different looks to share with you in the next update. I am tickled pink with that decision. Next up, like I mentioned before, is Rebecca Morgan. She is the other half to the creators of the Roulette Pan collab. Rebecca also does pan those eyeshadows so amazingly well. I love that she teaches, or at least experiments with, different techniques with her makeup or beauty in general, such as like the nail polish with eyeshadow. I still have not tried that yet, but I'm excited to try that in the future. When thinking of Rebecca, I was also thinking of really glowy skin and also panning my Wet n Wild products. However, I decided to go with the Body Shop bronzer in Fair. This is in another project, but I'm going to be rolling it out of that one and into this one. You'll see that in another video. I believe it was last year Rebecca was able to successfully finish this off, which so impressed me because I have worked on this on and off for like 3 years and have the tiniest, oh there you can see, the tiniest speck of pan. It has a huge dip, but I just hit pan on it this year. In this project, I want to hit major pan. I want a full ring of pan to be showing. Like this pan has like the ridges of the rings. I think there's 2 or 3 rings. I want the entire first ring to be showing in order to roll this out. And I know that that's going to take me quite a long time. I'm working on a lot of bronzers. I really am feeling motivated to work on my bronzers this year. Also, this is a really light shade which will match me when I lose my summer tan, so I'm not going to be working on it quite yet. But yes, I'm pulling this in for Rebecca Morgan, and I hope to someday have the satisfaction of finishing this as well. Next up I have Heather from the channel Love Heatherette. I love watching her videos. I love that she has seasonal makeup. I feel like I kind of do as well, because there's definitely products that mostly to do with how drastic my skin tone changes. I have very like yellowy olive undertones and I just tan really easily even though I'm wearing sunscreen. However, Heather has like a selection of products that she uses in summer, in fall, in winter, in spring, and the one that stands out to me the most is her bronzers. She has like, she probably has more, but she has 4 bronzers, like one for each season, that she really focuses on in her seasonal project pans. She also does a really great job in her 365-day sample project pan and flies through samples, like deluxe size samples of mostly base products and skincare. But I did decide to go with a bronzer. Like I said, I'm really motivated to work on my bronzers this year for whatever reason. And the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer is her fall bronzer, and we're heading into fall, so I thought I would choose mine as well. This is just a little mini. This is really old and quite powdery now, so my goal will be to hit pan on this fall. Still smells like chocolate. It smells amazing. Mine is the medium deep, so I'm a little concerned, but I'll just go in with a light hand if I have to. And yeah, my goal will be to hit pan on this one. Next up I have Alejandra Lisette. She had changed her name. She was previously One Beauty Addict, and I love Alex so much. She is so bubbly and full of energy, and she's doing so great with her project pans. She says she's a eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash of project pan, and I just love that so much. And to choose a product for Alejandra, I of course needed to pull in a lip liner. She flies through lip liners so easily, and even though I try to make a conscious effort to use lip liners, they're just not a product that I personally feel I need in a lot of in my collection. I would like to have a few, but it is a category I want to decrease my numbers in. Again, this is in a project right now that will be rolling out, and I will talk about that in that project's update. But this is the Rimmel lip liner in the shade Eastend Snob. I really wanted to continue working this one out of my collection because it's not cruelty free, and I have been working on it already. I will mark this on a piece of paper, but my goal will be to finish this, and I hope it doesn't take me 500 years. I wish I could be like Alex and fly through lip liners, but this is the product that I chose for Alex. I was also thinking about, she is panning or has panned. I need to catch up on your updates. The Too Faced Sweet Peach Cheek palette, which is that like gelée formula. I have a pure palette that's a bit similar with the same type of formula. I thought about putting that one in, but I decided to go with the lip liner. Lastly, for the first 10 project panners I wanted to showcase, I chose Kelly Gooch. I know she's not like a project panner in the sense that a lot of the other women that I've shared today are. However, I just love watching her project pan updates, and she does a really good job of maintaining a curated makeup collection, though she has a bigger beauty YouTube channel and she is like more of a review style channel, so she gets a lot of makeup in. And I just aspire to be more like that, to have a better like in-out system. Like she still consistently uses up makeup even though she keeps getting new makeup. Does that make sense? I just love that. She is so successful with her project pans. They're really satisfying to watch even though she only updates them once a month. And y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, but the product that stood out to me that I wanted to work on as well that Kelly has successfully finished is the Tarte Party blush. I know a lot of people are panning this both this year and last year, but Kelly finished hers. and I found that to be so impressive. Mine still looks pretty much brand new. My goal will be to just hit pan on this. I've never hit pan on a blush, and now I'm working on like 4 because I'm a lunatic. However, thinking of like products in my mind that really correlate to a project panner, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to throw in this one. I was also considering one of the First Aid Beauty primers because she has used up and loved on those as well. But this really stands out to me as like, wow, Kelly panned this to completion. So I'd really like to at least try to hit pan on it. This is a very dense, stiff formula. There's 1.5 grams in this. My goal will be to hit pan again, like I mentioned, and it's a really light neutral blush. And a lot of the other blushes I'm working on are either very peachy or very warm, and I feel like this could be used to mix in with those, or if I'm just wearing a more dramatic makeup look, etc. So that is it for my intro to the Panner's Pan. I'm not sure how often I'm going to be updating this, as I am so far behind on everything. I'm thinking every month, if I have an empty, or maybe every other month. We'll just have to play it by ear. I haven't stuck to any schedules as of late. I'm really excited to be participating in this project. Again, thank you to Liz for creating it and inviting me to do it. I have a lot of really challenging products, but I'm excited to have some like new, fresh products to be working on in my everyday makeup drawer because I was feeling a little stagnant. Let me know in the comments if you're doing this project, maybe who some of your favorite project panners are. This is all about spotlighting our favorites and spreading the love. So I'd love to check out more people, so leave them down in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!